Let's go live on YouTube. We're going to start the show. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You're watching live with LWL Lindsay with love. And today is Monday, April 14th, 2025. Holy cow, you guys. We are already almost 5 months into May, 4 months into May, 4 complete months. What are you doing with your lives? Are you transforming your lives, or are you just letting time pass you by? That's the biggest question on my mind every single day. If you are meeting me for the first time, hello. I'm here to raise the frequency of the planet, and I do that by reminding you how energetically powerful you are. You have everything inside of you already to create your best life. It's just that you have some weird limiting beliefs that have been programmed to you at such a young age, so we need to release those limiting beliefs and reprogram the subconscious mind to success so you can actually win at life. Good morning, VIP Catherine is in the house. Thank you for all the likes, VIP Catherine, and the shares. I appreciate it. Good morning, VIP Deborah. We are talking today, Abraham Hicks. I opened the blinds a little bit, but now I need to close them again, you guys. This sun is just, I love the sunshine, but ooh, the season has changed because now it's in my eyeball. All right. Good morning, Sarah on YouTube. Thank you for the roses, VIP Deborah. I appreciate you all. Let's get going. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I was on time mostly. And then, yeah, YouTube kicked me out. So I had to do some, technology work unexpectedly. Unexpectedly. All right, you guys, let's go. How was everybody's weekend? We'll start there. Mine was a perfect balance of relaxing. Thank you for the heart me's. VIP Aaron is in the house. Good morning, VIP Aaron. My weekend was a perfect weekend of relaxing, workout, health, chilling. It was like a really nice balance. And I really enjoyed myself this weekend. I cut my hair, gave myself a little trim, feeling nice and refreshed, doing a good job of that. So life is good. VIP Jamie is in the house. Good morning. Cosmic Collective members, I was like blown away by you guys this weekend. Holy cow. Between manifesting and energy sending and just the vibe of the group is like crazy good right now, and I'm super proud of all of you because you guys know that we have a collective consciousness in that group, and it is toward transformation and toward transcending into higher frequencies. And the more that you guys interact like that, it just becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's so freaking beautiful. I love it. I was Aaron says, what was I sitting back like a proud mama? Yes, I was like, oh my gosh, my girls, literally. I was like in and out. But sometimes, like, I think, like, I don't know if I necessarily need to reply to every single thing that's happening, but I'm seeing it all, and I'm seeing the support, and I'm seeing the vibes, and I'm seeing the wins. The wins are wild. Like, you guys are killing the game, so super proud of you guys. Yeah, Tamara, good morning. Welcome to the show. Thank you for the heart me. Lala's in the house. Thank you for the follow, Tamara. Good morning, Jamie. Lala's in the house. I think, oh my gosh, my eyes are watery now. Did somebody, Lala, good morning, college visits. Ooh, college visits. Is it happening today? Oh, we really like the second one a lot, and it's by the beach. Ooh, I love that. Go on. That sounds fun. All right, so today we're talking Abraham Hicks. She's talking about, and this is an interesting one because I've actually never heard her talk about the simulation and the fact that, like, how we, consciousness and the simulation theory. This is the first short video I've ever heard her speaking about it, so I'm excited to share it with you. But before we do that, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go out of the mouth. She makes some really beautiful points in this video. So you guys listen up, open your ears, tap into your feelings. By the way, I am posting this week's horoscope videos, the rest of the 6 signs. I posted 6 signs yesterday. 6 signs will happen today by around 4 p.m. tonight. And then we will move on with, like, I don't know, other stuff around energy healing and stuff throughout the week. So just as an FYI. Good morning, VIP Jules. Welcome to the show. Abraham Hicks is talking to somebody. So they take like segments from her tours, and she brings people up on stage and they interact. And the guy is like asking her, he's like, matter does not exist without consciousness, right? And he's like very adamant about it at first, and then he's like, right? And then everybody kind of starts to giggle, and then the show goes on. And what she says is, without consciousness, matter doesn't exist. Without consciousness, right? We create the matter. Without us being conscious of the fact that this is a coffee mug with hot coffee inside, this would just be nothing to me, right? It would be nothing to me. It would mean nothing to me. VIP Brenda's in the house. JD Blue, welcome to the chat. She says, because matter is vibrational interpretation. Matter is vibrational interpretation. The reason we're seeing it, tasting it, touching it is because we are able to vibrationally interpret it. Okay, so I like to think of this, like super easy example of understanding this is think about something you really like to eat. You're tasting it. And it's one of your favorite foods. And you're like, hey, best friend, this is my favorite food ever in the whole wide world. And your best friend tastes it, and your best friend is like, this is so disgusting, I think I'm gonna go vomit. What is happening here? How come one person has this like serious affinity to this food and the other person is almost energetically and physically repulsed by it? What's happening, right? It's a vibrational match or not. That's it. So it's quite simple. Energy work is so simple. People, us humans, like to make it very complex in our minds, so let's not do that today on a Monday morning. Let's keep it very simple. The way that she explains this is so easy, and I'm like, wow, if we could just take ourselves out of the equation once in a while. VIP Deborah says, frequencies, Jazzy Jazz, thank you for the follow. You've got a VIP Deborah. Kira, hi, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. All right. She says, there are things that are reality to some, but not to others, right? Because others are not yet vibrationally interpreting it. I mean, a very easy example, some people are asleep, some people are spiritually awakened. Some people have never heard the idea that we are energy. Now you're listening and you know your energy, and it might feel wild to you. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, some people still do not know that we are energy. And I have to remind myself, sometimes, Lindsay, you need to go back to the basics and remind your audience, you are energy. You have power within you. You create your reality, right? And some people don't know that, or because of other stronger beliefs, they've chosen not to believe that. And those are choices, right? Those are ultimate choices. And that's okay. Everyone can have their own thoughts and their own reality. Mystical Blue Eyes says, makes so much sense. VIP Brenda says, yes. Thank you for the follow, Mystical Blue Eyes. Welcome to the show. She says, consciousness perceives, and through perception, we experience something as real. Yeah, that makes sense. Pretty easy for a Monday morning, right? Pretty easy. So then she goes on to ask, she says, so is there consciousness apart from you? If consciousness is something that perceives, and through perception, we experience something as real, is there consciousness apart from you? So the guy says, yeah, I mean, I would say God, right? He uses the word God, but we can say source, universe, creator, love, whatever you want to call it at Lindsay with love. I don't put a label on it because I don't want you to get confused, especially if you're brought up in religious beliefs that are conflicting with your beliefs as an adult now. It gets confusing. So pick a term that works for you. This guy says God, and she says, and if so, is this consciousness, God, source, universe, creator, is that what this is? And then she says, is this consciousness that is God, source, universe, creator, physical? In the physical? And the guy says, well, sometimes. And she says, always, always, because we are not disconnected, right? The law of one tells us energetically, we are all from the same source energy. Put a label on it if you want. And because we are all from the same source energy, we're not disconnected from it. I'm a piece of it, right? Which means I am it. Some people have a problem with other people that say, I am God, but source, universe, creator, but you are, right? Every day I remind myself when I'm doing my affirmations in the morning with my lymphatic drainage, I say, thank you, God, for blessing my life. We are together, we are one, and we are creating this best reality. I use the term God because I've decided what God is for me versus what I was brought up religiously. So I'm okay with the term God, but maybe you're not yet. And if that's okay, right? So just take your time with it. Call it what you want. And I say together we are creating this one reality. Through you, with you, in you. I am you, you are me. We are creating together. So thank you for helping me. And we do it easily, efficiently, effectively, and productively, real fast. And then I say I quantum jump like that. And I snap my fingers. Because you can. You can choose that belief, and then that becomes your reality, right? All right, always. Mystical Blue Eye says, you got it. Muse in Motion, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Jazzy, love the robe. Jazzy Jazz, it is Masoni. Mystical Blue Eyes, this is Abraham Hicks. We're talking Abraham Hicks. We are all one. Facts, yep. Rosa, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. All right, thank you guys for all the likes, by the way. Likes are really important for me winning this TikTok game. Heart me's are really important for me winning this TikTok game. Your engagement is something that I love, so let's have a conversation. I don't want to just talk to you. I like to talk with you about what's going on, and sometimes I'll get going. I know there's new people in the chat. I get going on a flow. I get tuned into a channel, and I'll start just talking. That doesn't mean I'm going to miss your comments. I'll always catch up. If you'd like to become a VIP of mine and have VIP status, you can click subscribe. And it's basically like buying me a coffee for $4.99 a month. No big deal. Okay. So she says always, she says the non-physical part of consciousness and the physical part is consciousness. Sorry, they're both consciousness, right? The non-physical and the physical. And she says when the physical part is in alignment with the non-physical, meaning when you are in alignment with your higher self, then you are an open channel allowing God, source, universe, creator to perceive in physical form. Awesome, right? More confirmation that what you perceive is what will be, right? And how do you change your perception? Well, you've got to change the subconscious programming. Why? Because it rules 95% of your thoughts and your habits. So if you're subconsciously programmed to see the negative in everything, then of course your perception of this world is crap. It sucks. Why do I have to be here? Why did I choose to come here, right? People that hate their reality are like, there's no way my soul wanted to come here. And I'm like, well, actually it did. It was actually quite excited until you were programmed to the negatives for so many things that happened to you that are not your fault, but they happened nonetheless. And you chose to decide to be programmed to the negative. Notice I said you chose to decide to be programmed to the negative. You chose to decide to be programmed to the negative. And because you chose that, life sucks. But you can choose to program yourself to the positive, and your entire perception of everything changes. And everything becomes better. Thank you for the heart puffs, Brenda, VIP Brenda. Thank you. Good morning, Tony. Welcome to the show. I love me some Abraham, sames. You're talking my language. Yep. Annette, thank you for the heart me. Annette must love travel. Thank you for that. Rosa, thank you for the follow. I think I said that just to be sure. It's all about the voices, the choices you make. Yes. Also the voices you make. The way you speak is also very powerful. So we could go both ways there, Mystical Blue Eyes, but I think you meant choices, but voices works as well. She says, yes. Okay. So Abraham says, can you become relaxed with the idea of the eternal consciousness that is you? Rather than being so tied up in this is my flesh and bones, this is me. This is not me. This is simply just a projection of my higher self. I mean, I love this me. I really do. I'm grateful for my long red hair and my blue eyes and the way my body looks and the way I walk and all these things and the way I can move my body and exercise it and this and that and my mindset. I'm proud of that. But it's simply a projection of my consciousness, right? So what is your consciousness projecting? What is your reality? You're a redhead with blue eyes too. I always get the redheads. But you know, I think it's because like it's like as soon as you in real life, if a redhead meets a redhead, it's like instant friends. Like, there's like a ginger, like silent code that's like homies. It just is what it is. I don't know why. Because there's so few of us, we gotta stick together, I think. Redhead here too. Oh my gosh, so many redheads in the house. Amber, Ray, crying in South Texas. Why are you crying? Stop crying. Okay. So she says, and can you become excited and thrilled with this idea of it in time, space, reality? I mean, this show is going to be really good, you guys. I'm going to try to get to the very end, and actually I'm moving pretty quickly because it's really powerful towards the end what she says. I'm like, whoa, literally whoa. So step 1, get right with the idea that you are eternal. Step 2, get right with the idea that this body, yeah, it's here, it's your avatar, it's playing the game for you. But there is a higher consciousness that could really help you play the game much simpler, much easier, much faster, much more effective and productive and efficient. I love those words. Effective, efficient, productive, easy. Those are some of my favorite words. Why? Because it means I'm not wasting time and energy on something and making it hard. It's easy. Life is easy, right? I've chosen that. VIP Deborah says, gotta go for now. Time to speak to Doctor. Talk later in Discord. Okay, have a great day. I hope everything goes well for you, VIP Deborah. I'm still thinking of you and your family. So I'm a redhead and that sets with brown eyes. Oh my gosh, so many redheads in the chat. In the chat. All right. She says, this means, she says, can you become excited and thrilled with the idea of this in time-space reality, that you are eternal consciousness? She says, this means as you are here, the consciousness that is you is looking into this environment and translating the vibration of it into your reality. In other words, sometimes I like to think that I am like I don't play video games, but I know how it works, right? I'm sitting here playing the game, there's somebody on the TV screen. Sometimes I think I'm the one that's doing all the motions, and my higher self is like got the controller. It's like, okay, Lindsay, you're gonna go live on TikTok this morning, and after that, you're gonna film the rest of your horoscope videos, and after that, Lindsay, you're gonna write the script for your next YouTube video that's gonna pop off, and you're gonna get more subscribers because of it. Boom, boom, boom. My higher self has already told me what I'm doing today. Wham, bam, done. By the way, I'm also finishing an astrology report later in the afternoon. I know my entire day. Right? My higher self is guiding me. And my body is not resisting. My body is saying, I would like to be in alignment with you, higher self, because I know when I'm in alignment with you, my life is easy. I move forward. I make progress toward my dreams and my goals. But when my body resists, oh no, higher self, that's scary. That's too hard. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. Now, here I am over here. My higher self is like, wait, we're going over here. And I'm like, no, no, no. And it just gets further and further apart. We don't want that, right? That's crappy. That's sucky. We don't want that. VIP Mel Al is in the house. Good morning, Mel Al. All right. She says consciousness is always interpreting and translating your reality. Always. She tells a story about her dad who passed, transitioned from the body, and she was having conversations with her dad in a different realm. And she said her dad was basically describing to her a place he was at that was very similar to Earth. Now, if you guys know Dolores Cannon, or if you've ever read a single book of hers, or if ever listened to a single show of hers, this happens all the time, right? She has clients that go to paradise, heaven, whatever name you give it, and it's another universe. It's Earth. It's similar to Earth. They're doing different things. They're engaging energetically more so than, we engage energetically. Let's be real about it. Our auras are always speaking to each other, but most people aren't aware of that, right? So they're more engaging through like the brain and the logic, the voice, talking, right? But she says that he was in a very similar reality. So she says she realized at that moment, consciousness is always interpreting and translating a reality. Always. And you are eternal. Your energy goes on forever and ever. This is simply the avatar for right now, in this moment. Okay? So she says what trips us up, what trips you up, is when you need the reality you are interpreting to match everyone else's. And she says that when you are the free soul, if you allow yourself to be free, where you are creating your reality with others without demanding every reality be identical, then you're winning. In other words, I grew up in a household in a town of 4,000 people in a very rural community. Everybody looked the same. Most people had similar ideas and beliefs. It was work hard. My parents were going to send me to college. I was going to get a good job. I was going to climb the corporate ladder. And I was going to do all these things based on the society's programming of what Lindsay was to do with her life, because her parents were so gracious and said, you will go to college. They paid 2 years of my school, so I'm very grateful for that. But the rest of it was just programming. You will go to college, you will do this, you will do this. And not that they pushed their ideas onto me, but if I were to have told them, like, at the age of 17, like, hey, I'm actually going to be an author or an artist, they would have been like, no, you're actually going to go to college and get a real job. A real job. To this day, my mom still cannot wrap her mind around the fact that I get paid to talk to people on the internet. She just can't understand it. To her, it's like, whoa, right? That's okay. I'm not upset about it. I'm just sharing with you what it could look like. So it's Lindsay breaks out of the programming. She breaks out of the box that is the reality others are creating, and she says, actually, I'm going to create the reality I want for myself. Okay, we're going to take it a step further. I'm creating a reality where I help lots of people. My goal in life is to help as many people as I possibly can every single day. Help them transform their mindset so that they can actually get out of suffering, out of misalignment with what their higher self desires and their body is refusing to do because of blocked chakra systems, because of weird limiting beliefs and programming that were placed on them at a very young age, before 0 to 7, by the way, which is no fault of your own. As a little child, you're told something, you believe it, okay? You have no other ideas, right? You're a little child. And my goal is to do that. And because I do that on a social platform, I also get paid. Now, you could say, I have 35,000 followers, almost. I'm an influencer. Maybe. But my definition of an influencer is more like the girly pops that either do the get ready with me's or they're going to Coachella in their outfits and whatever else. That's really not my idea of what an influencer is. But because I get paid to be on social media, I get paid to exist on TikTok, soon on YouTube. Am I an influencer? I don't know. I'm not worried about what the definition of it means because I don't care, because I'm creating my reality the way that I desire. Maybe I am like an energy influencer. Okay, I'll take that. But if you were to say, Lindsay, you're an influencer, I'd say, I don't know about that. I would say I'm more so like an energy coach. I'm somebody who's spreading the idea of frequencies and empowerment, right? So I'm not stuck in this idea of my reality that I'm interpreting must match every single other soul's. You get to define words for yourself, right? So what do the words mean for you? All right. Let me get caught up with the comments. Mel L's in the house. When it's scary, I want it more. Read everything by her, Dolores Cannon. I think I have had QHHT sessions. Ooh, that's awesome. Eniolada, oh boy. Eniolada hello, I think is how you say your name. Mystical says, I never wanted that life. Yeah, but want the life that you want, right? Amber says, mine forced me to go and didn't pay 1 cent. Womp womp. Now I have 2 degrees that I do not use at all. What's a real job? LOL. Exactly. You're going your job, which makes it real. You are doing your job. Exactly. VIP Jamie is in the house. You're just you. Yeah. VIP Brenda says, yes, coach, at least for me. I agree with you. Yeah, I don't really like a label anyway. I don't care. Like, Lindsay is fine with me. If you were like, oh, that's Lindsay, I would say, yep, that's me. Right? Because it's more than just energy. It's understanding who you are from an astrology perspective. It's understanding your chakra system for me. It's understanding, yeah, I can take you to a past life. We can go to the Akashic. What do you want? What do you need? Maybe I'm a life transformer. I like that idea, but I also still just hate a label. And if you've been hanging out with me long enough, you know that, which is makes it tricky, right? Well, what do? Transform your life. How do you do that? Well, many different ways. But how? Well, first by teaching you energy. But then what? Then by fixing your energy. But then what? Well, once your energy is fixed, now you're empowered. So the next steps are really just tangible, which is, how do I create this system? What do I need to do to get this goal, right? But step 1 is always healing your energy. Always. Because if you don't believe you're worthy of something, you're never going to get it. Your faith and your worthiness are going to constantly be in confliction. Your subconscious mind is going to say, shut up, you're lying to me. Leave me alone. I like this programming, this negative programming. It works, right? So let's keep going. She says, Abraham Hicks says, I just lost my spot. Okay, there we go. She says, you could say something like, I will move forward in this time-space reality, and together we will agree on enough things that we will have a platform of experience, a launching pad of experience. I will move forward in this time-space reality together, and together we will agree on enough things that we will have a platform of experience, a launching pad of experience. She says, you don't want a repeating reality where we all there's infinite possibilities because every soul has karma, right? So there's got to be every possibility on this planet for you to experience. But wouldn't it be so lame if we all said, okay, well, this is a good part of reality, so we're going to keep this one. And this, not so good, so we're not going to keep it. And then all of a sudden, everybody's reality is the same. Boring. Literally boring. What is the point? We would just all be staring at each other. I think our brains would go to mush, right? Painting is the only form of creativity that one can have in this reality. So we've all agreed that everybody is a painter. Boring, there's only so many trees in the world you can paint, right? Not everybody's meant to do that. And by the way, if you're a painter, this is not a jab at you. I'm just using it as an example. Right? So she says, we don't want to just decide among a few and just make it one plain reality. We've got to create our own realities. And once again, we do that by allowing our higher consciousness, our higher self to lead us, by using our bodies as the action piece of it, right? We have the law of gender, which means we have divine feminine and divine masculine energy inside of us. The masculine energy is the assertive energy. It takes us and pushes us into action. That is what some people call the ego. So the ego cannot die. We don't want the ego to die. It helps us move forward. We just want the ego to take a back seat. We want the divine feminine energy, the intuition, the higher self, and the highest infinite knowledge and wisdom to guide us forward. Okay, so we need both. The law of gender says we need both. Angel Core, Claudia, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Mystical Blue Eye says, I think I found my home. If you want to hang out with me in a deeper capacity, in a spiritual capacity, you can join the Cosmic Collective today. It's the only place you have direct access to me outside of watching my TikTok lives and watching, obviously, my recordings on YouTube and TikTok. All right, it's a spiritual space, but it's a transformative space. So if you join, expect your life to change. Don't join and expect nothing to happen. Unless you don't interact with me, well, then nothing will happen. So don't join and expect in 5 days your whole life is going to change. Join, hang out with me, interact with a group who is wildly freaking powerful. We're talking manifesting vehicles. We're talking helping people heal, stay healthy. We're talking people manifesting dream gigs, dream jobs, dream events, like wild stuff. Really wild stuff. Because we're powerful together. She says we should take diversity and variety and we will co-create together. And in the process of this interaction, we will conclude many things that have never been concluded before so that our reality expands. I love this. So basically she's saying, yes, we live in a simulation. We live in a simulation where our universe is constantly evolving. How is that even possible? Well, think about inventions, you guys, right? Quick thought on how things are invented. There are people that have brand new inventions. Some people, right? All of a sudden it comes into their brain and it's a brand new invention. And there are other people that take the best of certain things. They're still inventors, by the way. It's just a different type of inventing. They take the best of this and the best of this, they combine it together, and now it's something new, but it's not like it just came into their brains, right? So we co-create together, and as we co-create and as we tap into all the infinite possibilities, limitless possibilities, they're combined in a way that our universe is ever evolving and ever expanding, and so are we, so are you, right? VIP Jewel says, manifested another 800 this morning. Bye. VIP Jules, please put it in the Discord. I'm going to take all of your guys' manifestations, by the way. I'll keep your full names out or whatever. I won't blast you all, but I'm going to put it in an email today and send it out to me, my email list, and be like, see what we're doing inside the Cosmic Collective, see what you're missing out on because you don't hang out with us. Want to join? Want to join? Catherine says, my heart quieted my ego loudly for the first time this weekend while meditating. Ooh, I love this, VIP Catherine. That's awesome. Good morning, Green-Eyed Tigress. Welcome back to the chat. Everyone's saying, good job, Catherine. We love this for you. Mel L says, VIP Aaron says, VIP Jamie says to VIP Jules, ballin'. VIP Aaron says to VIP Jules, I'm working out and paused when she said, you aren't going to change in 5 days because VIP Jules does. Yes, that's true. VIP Jules is a money magnet. It's always good to have one in the group, isn't it? Let's keep moving forward, you guys. So she says, we bring in all these new ideas and all this new experience because ultimately, at the bottom of it all, we want to feel joy. We want to feel happy. So she says, it all exists for the expression of each of us, and when you align with this idea, you can thrive. And then when you thrive, you want more. You want more exposure, more awareness, more things, more variety. I wanted to look up the definition of selfish on the internet, because I like to define words in my own way. I don't like to like listen to what society says a word means, because I ultimately believe that it does require a good amount of awareness. And I think selfishness really could just be described as personal energetic awareness, and then that person creating boundaries. And people would say it's selfish because they don't have the same awareness. And so they would say, well, that's very selfish of you. And the other person would say, actually, I'm energetically aware and I'm protecting my peace and I'm following my heart and my soul. So maybe it's actually selfish of you to not become aware and to stay living in a low vibration. I believe that. And I'm not judging people. I don't care. But like, if we're going to play with the word selfish, that's how I'm playing with it. Selfish. A person, action, or motive lacking consideration for others, concerned chiefly with one's own personal profit or pleasure. See? Yeah. Selfish. Okay. Well, everyone that wants to heal, you've got to be a little bit selfish with your energy. It's going to require you to spend time to set up boundaries. And people are going to say, oh, you don't want to hang out with me anymore? You want to do this? You're being so selfish. You're selfish with your time. You're selfish with your energy. Well, how are you going to heal otherwise, actually? You have to be a little bit selfish. You have to be a little bit selfish so that you can get right with your energy, so that you can become selfless and put yourself on the path of service to others. I was selfish during my healing journey. I had to be. I was trying to get myself right. Then I started figuring it out. Then I started feeling really good. Then my cup started to overflow. Then I started to really understand I could teach this information to people that are interested in learning. And now here I am serving humanity. And I know that's a big thing to say, but anybody that's teaching somebody else something very powerful about themselves, I think is serving humanity. But that's, once again, my own belief. So choose your own beliefs, okay? So be selfish. Do what you got to do. She says, it's all for joy. And then you feel better. She says, first, it's all for joy. She goes, okay, let's see. I'm just like, I was typing very quickly. Says, and then you feel better and say that you'll get what you want. But what you want is, okay, she says, it's all for joy. She says, so then you feel better. And then you say you'll get what you want. She says, but what you want is to always feel good. And then she'll say, but then you feel good. And then you'll go get what you want, right? So it's kind of reversed. Like, I feel good and now I'm going to get XYZ, but you already have what you want, which is joy. And so this is perpetuating of desire, because you get one thing, you're like, yeah, this feels good. And then you're like, I'm going to expand it, right? I started the manifesting club. It felt good. People inside were like, we want to hang out with you more. I expanded it to the Cosmic Collective. It feels good. I want to expand it. I want to get more members inside because it feels good, right? It's just constantly evolving, and that's okay. She says, the true purpose of everybody's life is simply for joy. Thank you for the mic, VIP Jules. Let me get caught up with the comments. VIP Jules says, I mean, technically I've been manifesting more money for almost 4 months now, so overall it has taken time. Hey girl, listen, what is time anyway? VIP Jules, what is time? Mystical Blue Eye says, it's all about perspective. VIP Aaron says, I always say we put our O2 masks on first for a reason. Yeah. And I don't, like, the word selfish doesn't even, like, make sense in my brain. I'm like, it's not selfish. To know your energy is actually one of the most empowered things you can do for yourself. And not just for yourself, but for others. Say you know yourself so well that in the moment that you are about to freak out, you are like, you know what? In a very calm voice, you're like, you know what, so-and-so, I'm about to freak out. Like, genuinely freak out. So I need to just go into the other room right now so I don't freak out, because I don't want to say something mean to you. I don't want to overreact. I need to sit with my feelings for a second. So please excuse me. Now, is that selfish? Is that selfish? No, of course not. That's powerful. That is you being able to recognize and transmute, like an alchemist that you are, your energy. I mean, but does it take a little bit of moments of being alone, spending time in solitude, rewiring your brain, deciding consciously who you want to spend time with, deciding consciously if you want to go to the bar every night, deciding consciously if you want to spend your money on that thing that's not going to propel you forward just for the moment of feeling good, or if you want to invest in yourself for the long run. I mean, there's so many choices, right? It takes conscious awareness. I think we could replace selfishness with conscious awareness and life would be fine. But that's just me, because I'm an aware individual, right? I'm aware. She says, our purpose is for joy, for the fun of living, for the exhilaration of clarity, for the journey of experiencing alignment. She says we are eternally, this is really powerful, so we're almost to the end, and really buckle up, you guys, because this is where it gets really good. She says we are eternally incomplete. Eternally incomplete, and we will never get it done. She says, so don't let getting it done hold you hostage to feeling good. Okay, once I get this done, then I can breathe. How many times do you say, like, well, once I get this done, then I can go have fun. Once I get this done, then I can be more present. Once I get this done, then I won't be so stressed. No, you got to figure out how to not be so stressed while also getting it done, because it's never going to be complete. I think that's super powerful in and of itself. If all you took from the show today was that, boom, you've just transcended into a new frequency. She says, when you discover the exhilaration of knowing this and that there's always going to be another idea, she says the joy becomes the birthing of the idea, the coming into alignment of it, and the manifestation of it. And then she says, listen, hear with your ears, you guys, listen with your feelings on this. Then she says, when the manifestation becomes the lesser part of the journey and the coming into alignment is the fun part, then you are truly free, because that is when you realize you were always brilliant, you were always deserving, you were always worthy. My whole body has goosebumps right now. That is so freaking powerful. The manifesting part is fun. Hell yeah, you're like, I manifested this reality, and people are like, how'd you do that? And you're like, I manifested it. But what is more exciting is when every single day you feel good. I don't have bad days. I'm team no bad days. I mean, yeah, once in a while I have a bad moment, but like to say I have a bad day, never, never. Not for many years. Maybe a moment, an hour, maybe 10 minutes. Usually not even more than like an hour or two. Because I know how to transmute my energy. It doesn't mean I don't feel my feelings, because I do. It simply means I am enjoying living my life every day. I view it as a very exciting, grand adventure. What's going to happen today? Am I going to get new members inside the Cosmic Collective? Am I going to post that TikTok that makes me earns me 10,000 followers like that? Is it the day that I become monetized on YouTube? I don't know, but it's going to happen eventually, right? What is going to happen today? What will today bring? How will I work with my energy? Let me get caught up with the comments. VIP Jewel says, but I appreciate the encouragement and celebration, of course. Facts. Amy says, I lost so many friends during this. Carrie says we should all serve humanity. Thank you for the microphone, VIP Jewels. Catherine says, I'll be selfish because I refuse to lose myself. Well, yeah, right? Libra full moon energy just 2 days ago, you guys. We're still tapped in. Libra full moon says, you either lost yourself in a relationship and it is time to reclaim your individuality, or Libra full moon says you are so outside of your relationships because you've been laser focused in on some sort of goal that you better step into your relationships so you don't lose them if they're important to you. One of two things, right? I already posted about it. If you're interested in learning how it affected you, you can go watch those videos. VIP Aaron says, that was the biggest marriage game changer when I started explaining that to my husband. Oh boy, what did I say? VIP Brenda says, that's me right now. If you are interested in spiritually transcending with me as your coach, your guide, whatever you want to call me, if you are interested in transforming your life in any capacity, I went from jealous, overweight, insecure, not feeling worthy at all, to running a thriving business. I have the soulmate of my dreams, the soul doggy of my dreams. I've had more experiences than I could have ever counted. I have closets full of beautiful, very nice, luxurious things. I have a very nice car parked in the garage. I don't talk about the material things because it's not that big of a deal to me. It just is kind of like the icing on the cake. Like, yeah, of course I'm going to have these things because I'm an abundant being. Like, of course, right? If you are ready to transcend into a new frequency and get out of a crappy headspace and the subconscious programming that's keeping you locked, then the Cosmic Collective is where it's at. All right, let's keep going. Lala says we began the addition process. Dylan is in the process of moving out to varsity baseball where he belongs no matter how many third basemen they have. Go on, Lala. You got that. You got this. Keep going. Keep manifesting. Okay. She says, but then you'll say, well, but somebody has more than me, right? She says, like, okay, so you've you've birthed an idea, you've come up with a new idea, you've gotten into alignment, which means you're allowing the ego to move, you're allowing the higher self to take you, you're stepping out of your fear, you're being very courageous, and your body is moving with you toward that goal you're creating, and then it's come into manifesting form. You started on TikTok day 1, and your higher self said, post this, learn about this, and your body says, this is scary, but I'm going to do it anyway, and day 2, and day 3, and day 5, and then all of a sudden you're at 10,000 followers and you're getting paid. That's awesome, right? And the manifestation feels good, but then eventually it's an expectation. I expect that all my videos get paid if I post with within the confines or the framework of what I get paid for on TikTok. I expect all my videos will get paid. Now, how much? I don't know. Maybe $5 here, maybe $80 there, maybe $1,000 pretty soon. I don't know. I just expect it'll come, right? So the manifestation is no longer exciting to me. I'm like, hell yeah, this feels good. And now like I want to like crack the code on it a little bit, right? And now it's more like the journey of like, okay, I figured this out. I figured this out. Now I figured this out. Then I figured this out, right? And she says, but some people, but you might say, well, someone has more than me. And she says, of course, because that is where they are focused, and everything you're focused on will expand. So if you are focused on expanding your business, then your business will eventually expand. But what if somebody doesn't have a business and they don't want a business? That's not their vibe. Then they're not going to have a big business, right? It just makes sense. They're not focused on that. Maybe their focus is on having the most beautiful home. Like I'm talking Martha Stewart energy, and everything is organized and perfectly flowing, and they're like the master manifestor of their household, and that's a vibe. And that's their thing. And everyone comes home. It's the greatest hostess of the all times. They have everything you could ever want. It's just beautiful. And it's an experience. So every time somebody enters their home, it's an experience that they give. They're not focused on a business. They don't give a shit about that. They're focused on giving an experience of ease and effortlessness within their home space. Two different energies, right? But it expands out for them, and it expands out for the business owner, and it expands out the person climbing the corporate ladder. What are you focused on? What are you focused on? You've got to decide. Stay focused, right? Focus. My old boss. Focus. He was a cute Switzerland man, and he looked like Where's Waldo. He was great. Okay. She says, there is no virtue in suffering. There is no virtue in suffering. So people say, oh, well, Jesus wasn't a millionaire. Okay, but people welcome Jesus everywhere, and he was taken care of by everybody. Right? So like, let's get this idea of like suffering out of the mind, and like this idea that like you're all holy because you suffer. No, you actually are meant to be an abundant being. And in fact, I'm reading a book by Dr. Joseph Murphy right now. I can't remember. It's something about the subconscious mind. I'm sure you can Google it and it'll come right up. It's one of his most famous books. And he says that poverty is a disease of the mind. That's how far he goes to say. Suffering is a disease of the mind. You've got to reprogram the subconscious. Like, ouch, that hurts. But once you reprogram it, you're like, holy shit, I'm so glad I did this, right? So we won't go completely there today because that's a different conversation. But she says, so then the guy says that she's talking to, she says, so without desire, the universe wouldn't exist. And she's like, yeah, but there's always a desire. So that's kind of a silly thing to say, right? Because humans are always desiring. But technically, yes, like if you didn't have desire, we wouldn't have this universe. So, you know, they have to tango together. And then she goes on to say, and this is the most powerful thing of the entire show, so I'm glad that you stuck around. If you're enjoying this, hit the follow button. If you could give me some likes, that would be nice. I think everyone's really tuned in right now, so everyone's just like, tap your fingers for me a little bit. Amy, this is not a book. This is an Abraham Hicks video I was listening to on simulation on YouTube today. She says, you cannot get anything wrong. You cannot get anything wrong, and you're never going to get it done. Remember, we talked about we are eternal, so we're never getting it done, and you can't get it wrong. And the reason you can't get it wrong is because you're never going to get it done. Right? Am I doing my YouTube wrong right now because I'm not monetized? No, just not there yet. But I know I will be. So I got to keep tweaking it and playing with it and figuring it out, listening to my coach, and keep trying and trying and trying. I got so tired, I didn't even make a video this weekend because I was tired. So I was like, oh gosh, girl, you better calm down. You're tired. But now I feel better today. I'm going to talk to my coach. He's going to say, let's try this. And I'll say, okay, we'll try that. Let's try. Let's keep going. We'll figure it out. I know I can. Shoot, if other people can do it, I know I can, right? Of course. Just like if you're trying to get your TikTok going. I did it. You only need one person to prove it. I did. So I'll be your proof. If you need help, we're doing it inside the Cosmic Collective. She says, so even if you are in a place that feels wrong right now, probably some of you are like this, like I'm in a place where my life feels a little, oh. If you are in a place that feels wrong right now, it's not done. It's not done. And you can reach for a thought, subconscious programming, to feel better. And if you are wise enough and selfish enough, she says it. She keeps saying over and over, by the way, she channels, right? So Abraham is saying, if you are wise enough and selfish enough, if you are wise enough and selfish enough, if you're wise enough and selfish enough to feel better, to actually care about how you feel for once and not everybody else, because heaven forbid you create your reality and feel good in it, right? She says, then it's a sure bet that something better is coming along. It's a sure bet. So for everybody that is in your reality that is miserable, and you know the people that are in your reality that are miserable, let them be miserable. If you've tried to plant little seeds of, hey, you could change your perception on this, or, you know, the way I see this is, or you could look at it this way and maybe it would feel better. If you've tried to drop those seeds and the person is not picking up what you are putting down, let them be miserable over there, over there. It's not your job. You are meant to be wise enough and selfish enough to know how you feel so you can create your best reality. And if you feel like crap when you're hanging out with certain people, maybe those people aren't meant to be in your reality. Maybe they're not privileged to your energy. Maybe they're not privy to it. It's not the end of the world, you guys. It's not that big of a deal either. It's only the people that are sleeping that will call you selfish. It's because they don't get that you're consciously choosing, right? The great like debate on TikTok around like being a mom or not being a mom, being a parent or not being a parent. It's a great debate. Do you guys see this? And I'm like, whoa, right? One team wants to be right, one team wants to be wrong. I just think consciously choose your life. If you want to, do it. If you don't want to, don't do it. Some people have a fear of the ocean. They never want to go on a yacht. I don't care. I think that would be brilliant. I want to go, and I want to hand my partner the keys. I can see myself handing him the keys. Here is your yacht. Now you can retire. I've got it now. I've got it now because I'm so brilliant. I'm helping people transform their lives and feel better, and they pay me for that because that's what I do. So you relax. I'm relaxed too because this is what I'm meant to be here for. So it's fun for me. Let's go live. Right? She says, now if you aren't wise enough and selfish enough to care about how you feel, and someone has convinced you that the way that you feel doesn't matter, and true wisdom is to follow the guidance of somebody else rather than your own heart. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. Are you guys here? Oh, boy. Ah! Oh, there we go. Sorry, I went into like a battery saver mode or something. Okay, we're back. We're back. She says, if you aren't wise enough and selfish enough, I'm going to start over because we got totally cut off and that was powerful. If you aren't wise enough and selfish enough to pay attention and become aware of how you feel, she says, then, and somebody has convinced you that the way that you feel doesn't matter, and that true wisdom is the guidance of somebody else. Listen to so-and-so. Listen to what they did. Listen to your parents. They have a life planned out for you, right? Which is what a lot of kids do. Okay, that's normal. But if you keep doing that, you follow the guidance that is outside of you, your heart, your higher self, your consciousness, she says, then you become very unsure, and then you become very confused, and life becomes very chaotic, and life becomes rather stagnant because you're listening to this guru and this guru and this guru, and I never want to be a guru. It's not real. I will tell you till I am blue in the face, listen to your intuition. Cosmic Collective members, how many times do you ask me a question and I say, intuitively, it could be interpreted this way, but what does your intuition tell you? Sometimes I don't even give my interpretation. Sometimes I'm like, what does your intuition tell you? You tell me. Tell me. I'll be your soundboard, but I am not your intuition. I'm not your higher self, and I don't want to be. That's a lot of pressure. My higher self has enough work. She's very creative up there. She's got work to last her lifetimes, okay? I don't have time to be everybody else's. So there's no such thing as a guru. You are your own guru, okay? She says, the worst thing you can ever do is to disallow your well-being right now. And if you are disallowing, this is Lindsay now, your well-being right now, then make a conscious choice to feel better. I think a lot of people get caught up, like, okay, I don't think my sister would mind me sharing this story. My sister was 2 weeks away from getting married when she was younger. And I was just thinking to myself, like, she really cannot go through with this. And finally, 2 weeks before her wedding, I remember the day, I will never forget it. My partner and I were driving home from San Diego, Carlsbad, visiting his family, his sister. We were driving back to Los Angeles, and she called me, sobbing. This is not the first call, this is like the 100th call. Sobbing. And I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, come to LA, like, get yourself together, breathe, drink some water. I talked her through it. I was like, let's go to LA. Come to LA. We're going to go to the pool. It's a beautiful day. Let's go to the pool. Let's talk it out. And she was like, what am I doing? And I was like, what are you doing? And like, to this day, we still talk about how, like, thank goodness she did not follow through, right? 2 weeks away. You don't have to follow through on shit if it doesn't feel good. Let it go. What is the point? I was like, you're going to get married and you're going to get divorced like a month later, a year later. And hopefully you don't have kids by then, because now the kids are suffering too. Like, why are we doing this? And she's like, I can't call it off. We already paid this. We already paid this. Who cares? The money will come back. Money's always coming back. Money is an energy, just like the ocean tides come in and out. Money comes in and it goes out. La, 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 right? People in and out. Relationships in and out. We're not meant to... You cling on to something and then what? You crush it? Doesn't make sense. Literally, it does not make sense. So allow yourself to be happy with your own ideas, with your own brain, with your own higher self, saying, this is what I am interested in. Are you interested in, I don't know, what's like the weirdest thing you could be interested in? If you're interested in it, go do it. As long as you are not hurting anybody. That's my life motto. Live your life as long as you are not intentionally hurting anybody in the process. Go be yourself. Do your thing. Because that's where it's at. That's where you're going to start to thrive. And then that's when you become super creative, and fortune favors the brave in this reality. In this reality. And you can't escape the matrix, by the way. You have to play the game. You're here, right? Nobody's escaped it. Maybe when you transition from this physical body to the next, yeah, you go to different realms, okay? But there's no escaping the matrix here. Just play by the rules. So simple, right? So simple. Holy cow. Sorry, you guys, for the choppy video. My phone was dying, and I clicked go to low battery mode instead of close, and then everything froze. And it was like... okay, let me get caught up with the comments, and then we're going to manifest. For those of you... Oh, Amy, the book I'm reading was Dr. Joseph Murphy. I don't remember the title. Dr. Joseph Murphy... Subconscious Mind. Power of the Subconscious Mind. Power of the Subconscious Mind. So the reason I'm reading this book is, first, of course, I'm obsessed with the subconscious mind. That's how I transform people's lives. So number one, I'm obsessed with it. I want to become an expert at it. So I'm just learning and playing with ideas and concepts, and how can I transition and transform people's energy faster. The subconscious mind is where it's at. You got to reprogram. But also because I love Bob Proctor. I love him. I love his voice. I love his energy. I love what he's taught me and millions of people. And I would say that if I want to be like somebody when I grow up, maybe it would be Grandpa Bob. Mixed in with a little Dolores Cannon, a little Abraham Hicks, a little bit of the world's best astrologer thrown in. Maybe a little bit of Alice Bailey or something, right? A nice little vibe. With some Dr. Joseph Murphy as well, because he's brilliant about the subconscious mind. So, Bob Proctor said the two books that he reads, like a Bible, he takes them everywhere. Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Well, I said, okay, if Bob Proctor has used these two books to create what he has created in this reality, I don't want to go steal Bob Proctor's ideas, but maybe I can transcend them. I can use a little bit of Bob and a little bit of Dolores and a little bit of Lindsay, and I can create something that is so powerful for you. I'm working on it right now. It's my first limiting beliefs program, a course that's going to blast through your limiting beliefs around money and help you reprogram your subconscious mind. My goal is that it's out to the public by, I don't know, May 1st or so. Maybe that's aggressive because I'm still working with my YouTube coach and it's like a lot. It's a lot of stuff I don't know, so it takes time. But I'm learning faster and faster, so it will maybe take less time, right? So Bob Proctor told me, he taught me this. Sometimes I say people told me this, and then my sister laughs at me. She's like, who, TikTok? And I was like, well, yeah. And she's like, but they didn't tell you. I was like, they did, because I listened. So they told me. So Bob Proctor told me, he said, and I'm telling you, I'm sharing this with you. He says that when you read a book for the first time, you gain a lot of knowledge. When you read the book for the second time, it's not that there's anything new that comes to you. You start to change yourself. Your energy starts to change. So super powerful information, you guys. Super powerful. VIP Aaron says, well, now eternally incomplete and unapologetically unbothered. They'll both be on repeat in my head. Yeah, I mean, how like relieving is that to know you're never going to get it done because you're eternally incomplete, and that's part of it. We're meant to just constantly be seeking more joy and more joy. That just doesn't mean you can't live a content life. I feel like my life is calm, content, full of joy, but I want more. It's like this excited anticipation of like, what's next? Like, what is next in the world of Lindsay with Love? Sometimes people at VIP Aaron, you ask me, what's next? I don't know. I mean, let's see how it unfolds, right? I have an idea in my brain how it might go, but sometimes I'm like, I don't know the answer to the question. I'm just seeing, right? Because I'm living too, right? So allow yourself to relax into this idea that you don't have to be perfect in the moment. You're just marching forward every day. I'm just like one step ahead of the other kind of a girl. Like, let's keep going. Who cares? You don't have to look at the numbers. Who cares if it flopped? Like, yeah, look at your data once in a while, but like not every second of every day. Just keep going. VIP Catherine says, oh yeah, just wait. I got big manifestations on the way. Ones that will be examples for the world. VIP Catherine says, I'm excited for it. A6AM39, advice for an Aquarius, we're not talking about that right now. Amy says, my husband is so sleeping, so close-minded. You can help wake him up by standing in your highest vibration. Mystical Blue Eye says, when I lost my sight years ago, I was afraid of heights. Interesting. Okay, so I went skydiving, no more fear, never got to talk about the thought, I thought telling our own and how it's all just everybody connected. Exactly. Whoa, okay. Yeah, the way to release yourself from fear is to go face the thing that you're afraid of. It immediately deletes it. Immediately, instantaneously. You can't be afraid of something if you go do it, right? It's weird though, because you're like, but I'm so afraid of it. And I'm like, right, but that's why you have to go do it. And also, I would say that the more that you're afraid of something from like a high vibrational perspective, like, oh geez, like Lindsay with Love's gonna pop off, like, oh, this is a little bit scary, like, okay, like then what's gonna happen? Like then people are gonna see me, then what's gonna happen? We're probably gonna make a shit ton of money, then what's gonna happen? Well, I'm also gonna help a ton of people in the world. Okay, well, it's like less and less scary, right? But it's a good scary, and when you march forward toward it, that's when you get favored. Fortune favors the brave there. VIP Catherine says to Amy, I feel this, just keeping the example, sharing your truth. VIP Aaron says, keep dropping. Mine is opening up because of the changes he sees in me. Yeah, exactly. It is standing in your highest vibration with partners that are asleep. It is standing in your high vibration, changing conversation when they're saying weird things, very like material, physical, 3D, low vibrational things. And if you can't change a conversation, then you're just unbothered by it. You just send love to the person. Because your job isn't to wake anybody up, right? I don't think you can. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think anyone would listen to me if they weren't already a little bit awake. So congratulations, you're awake. How does it feel, right? And people that come into this room and they hear me talking this and they don't like it, if they're really asleep, they'll say something really rude in the comments and then I have to block them. And if they're, or they're just like asleep but not into it and they just leave the room. Our vibrations do not match. They can't stand, they can't like sit here, right? Because they're like, this is so annoying, this is so fake. That's what they're thinking, or whatever they're thinking, I don't know. VIP Brenda says, I need to change my thoughts around money. Limiting beliefs are so real. VIP Aaron says, it's so permissive and delivers peace instead of hustle. Yes, exactly. And not to imply not to work hard, just not from a place of panic. Exactly. Calm, forward momentum. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I read a bunch of Neville Goddard too, Mystical Blue Eyes. Yeah. All of them, right? Of course, all of them. In my mind, I was just like, if Bob Proctor says these 2 books have helped him create this reality, then I would be silly. I would truly be a little bit, I don't want to call my own self stupid, but I would feel like that would be a silly mistake of mine to not read the books multiple times. If that's what he's saying, right? Like, whatever somebody says that they have what I want and they say this is how I did it, I'm like, I'm activated. I'm like, okay, got it, right? That's why I can help transform people's lives, because I did it for myself. So now I know how to do it. That's it. It's pretty easy. All right, let's go, you guys. Holy cow, we need to manifest. So let's get on our notebooks and manifest and get on the energetic wave. Sorry I went a little bit over. I was really battling some, somebody was trying to hack into my YouTube or something this weekend, so I had to reset all my passwords and all that good stuff, which is not an excuse, but that is the reason that I was a little bit late battling technology. So get out your journals. We're going to manifest together. For those of you that are enjoying this, make sure to follow. I go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know, you guys. Honestly, if I'm being real with you, really real with you, I have been contemplating my live schedule. Don't freak out. It's been a contemplation in my mind. I've been thinking about things. I don't know if I will continue to go live Monday through Friday every single week. I don't know. Maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. I don't know, because I really want to focus in on my YouTube long form content, and that does require energy. And sometimes when you bring something new in that you're focused on, something has got to go. So I don't know what it's going to be. Please don't freak out. But you may want to hit the follow button, right? Because if I don't go live Monday through Friday anymore, how are you going to hang out with me? I don't know. Right? So VIP Jewel says, I will follow you anywhere, anytime. That is super sweet. VIP Earth says, ooh, juicy. Yeah, it's just thoughts in my brain, you guys. It's just thoughts in my brain. I'm not acting on it. No impulsive decisions here. I'm just toying with ideas. You have to realize, like, right? So it's like, okay, I used to write many different small astrology reports. Small reports are nice. Your soul's purpose, I can tell you all about your strongest energy. Your money, I can tell you all about your money. Where you're inconsistent and your energy is screwing you over so you're not disciplined and you can't actually move forward in life, I can tell you all about it. But a little piece of you is good, but what about all of you? Because you are all of your energy. So I stopped writing all the little reports. My bank account took a bit of a hit for that. Now I write one big report, $349. Zoinks. Some people say, well, that's ridiculous. I'll say, well, it's 45 plus pages of information all about you that you can refer to forever. It's not like your birth chart changes, right? So I think it's actually quite a good deal, personally. Sometimes you have to let go of things to make space for new things. I had to let go of all those reports because I was growing and moving and grooving, and I wanted to get my TikTok right and get paid on that. Boom, check, I did. Now I'm really focused on my YouTube. I got to talk to my coach. He emailed me. So let's see, right? Let's see what he really wants of me and how I can really make this work and maybe stay live or maybe not. Let's see. Lala says, thank you for the heads up. I have to follow you. I have to have you in my life always. Oh, Lala, that's sweet. VIP Erin says, that one report is life-changing and worth every freaking penny. Well, I agree. Maybe it's because I'm the writer of it, but yes, I agree. Because when you know your energy, you know your hiccups, you know your strengths, you get to win at life, right? And by the way, if anyone wants that report, my queue is like really low right now. I have one that I'm like finishing probably today, tomorrow. I'll proofread it and send it out. So if you buy today, you will maybe wait like a couple of weeks rather than the 30 full days that I quote. Business days, by the way. It's a lot of words, okay? All right, you can go to lindsaywithlove.com where you can get astrology reports. You can join the Cosmic Collective for $49 a month. That's it, jeez. That's it, okay. Step 1, write down what it is you desire. Dr. James Doty talked to Mel Robbins. He says he is a scientist and neurosurgeon specifically who has proven that the body moves from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system, from fear to love when we manifest. That's why when you're living in a low vibrational state full of limiting beliefs, you're in trouble. You can't manifest as easily. Why? because you're not in there, that space energetically to do it. All right. So step one, write down what you desire. I say, please add in your 5 senses. So when we actually act this scene out in a second, it's going to be very simple for you. I vividly see 1,000 or more subscribers interacting with me and each other on YouTube. And I feel, I'm going to take out my here. I feel so proud and fulfilled that so many people are healing and manifesting their best lives. By the way, you guys, if you have not watched your horoscopes for this week, there is powerful manifesting energy in the sky this week. I'm talking powerful. Mercury conjuncts Neptune in the sky. Mars enters into Leo rather than hanging out in Cancer where it's in fall, where he's in fall. So big energy. Make sure to go watch those horoscope videos. Step 2, read it silently. Step 3, read it out loud. So please do that now. Thank you, Lala, for that. Lala says, all my reports are life-changing, well worth the money, so thorough. Check it out. One report now, and you're going to get it all. You're going to get your planets. You're going to get your aspects. You're going to get your love, money, business, career. You're going to get your inconsistencies. You're going to get your soul's purpose. You're going to get, oh my gosh, there's so much. What else am I missing? The angles, everything. Did you read it silently and read it out loud? Step 4 is we're going to visualize. So we're going to go quick, you guys. Quick. We're just going to do front breathing, back breathing today. Because it's already almost 10:20. This is crazy. Okay. Closing your eyes, uncrossing your legs if they're crossed, hands on the heart, breathing into the front of the heart chakra. Opening up the chakra, big, wide. Touch the central sun on the inhale and on the exhale through the nose, through the heart. You're bringing that energy to your heart space, bringing your awareness to the back of the heart chakra, kind of between the shoulder blades, breathing into the back of the heart chakra. Big, wide, expanding yourself out. And on the exhale, bringing that energy back into your heart space. And now do something, act out a scene that would be indicative of you getting exactly what it is you desired. So I'm going to switch mine up. I'm not going to call Anne anymore. Right now I'm focused on 1,000 subscribers, so let's just get to 1,000 first, then we can get to the next level. I'm talking to my man when he gets home, just like I was when I was talking to him about my TikTok, so you guys know. So maybe your arms have to move, maybe your body moves while you're acting out the scene. You're not watching, you're acting. This is your life, so you're in your reality. It's so easy for me to visualize. Once you get paid on one social media platform, it's so easy to visualize getting paid on another and another, right? So easy for me. I'm a monetized YouTuber and I help people transform their lives through them understanding their astrology, through understanding energy, through meditations, who knows. Teresa, the report is $349 and I offer Klarna and Afterpay as well. VIP Jewel says, I watched my horoscope, it is spot on. I'm so ready for it. Cap power on. Ah! Go on, my friend. Go on, VIP Jules. Let's get on the energetic wave, you guys. We're almost to the end of the show. Let's get on the energetic wave. Closing the eyes. Deep breath in through the nose. Belly nice and full. Letting it out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Letting it go. Deep breath in. Letting it go. One hand on the solar plexus, one hand on the heart chakra. Maybe you're thinking of something that you can do to tell the universe you are ready. Something small. I hired a YouTube coach because I know I'm getting paid on freaking YouTube. YouTube, show me the money. Where is it at? I'm ready. Let's go. What do you need to do? Something small, right? My coach cost me $247 for 30 days of consulting. So reasonable. And I always 10 times or more my money, which means YouTube is going to pay me $2,500 or more, of course, more. So easy, right? What do you need to do to tell the universe you're ready? Maybe it's something small. You want a new house? Go buy some new kitchen towels. You want a new car? I don't know, buy some leather cleaner for your car once you get it. Something small. Repeating these words out loud and only silently if you must. The words you speak have serious power. So say them with conviction from your solar plexus, with love and intention from your heart space. The higher self and God, source, universe, creator like direct, very direct, short sentences. I am a monetized YouTuber. I get paid to exist. I have a thriving business. Direct. This is what I have. This is what I am. This is what I'm doing. Okay? I am strong. And I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. I am strong. And I created this reality. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. And why did I do it? Because I am deserving and worthy of it. And you take this thought, this idea, this feeling, this vision, you breathe in, you pull it up the chakra system, giving it to God, source, universe, creator, out of the crown, expanding it, big, 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 wide, 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 touch the central sun, make it known who you are and what you've got. And on the exhale, you're excited and you're patient and you're trusting and you're holding the vision and you're dropping it down the chakra system to the base of the spine. Good, you guys, cementing it in a clockwise fashion. One more time, I'm doing it with you, breathing up, expanding the vision out. And on the exhale, you're holding it, breathing it down, you're trusting, you're knowing, you're excitedly anticipating, but you're calm because you know you're creating your reality, you know it's on the way, and you cement it into the root in a clockwise fashion. I am strong, and I created this reality. Smiling big, showing me your teethers. And why did I do it? Because I am worthy and deserving of it. Okay, you are on the energetic wave, my friends. I hope you all have an amazing day. Most of you all see inside of Discord, it is 1024, my angel number, so I'm gonna go. Perfect timing. I hope to see some of you inside my inbox, ordering reports, getting yourself together and moving your life forward inside the Cosmic Collective. Tears today, Lala says. All right, Lala, have a great day. You got this, my friend. Stay positive, stay focused. You know you're creating your best reality. Have a great day, you guys. Goodbye to my YouTubers. Have an awesome day.